Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I'm on that bullshit again.
Let me tell y'all a little story about me. In the boxing world, my name is Mr. IOTBA. The acronyms for IOTBA is
Mr. Undeniable, hold up. Mr. These boys can't touch me.
If you do, bet I ain't got shit to prove. Boo does go tooth, little Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pulse. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do. You're a daisy if you do.
R-U-L. True.
I'm the champion, feel the rush, the crowd goes wild.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Tell them, obviously. I know these niggas don't want me to win, but I'm sorry, G. I know they thought I wouldn't come back and pose on them hoes, but nigga, it's time to eat. I got a vendetta. Any one of you niggas, I been better. Got them gritting they teeth without gritting at them. Took a second away from the table, it's time to feast. Heard they was mumbling, talking up under their breath. That nigga a hoe, he soft. That nigga lame. That nigga bitch, he puss. I stood on business, that's law. I had them running that boots and tucking they tail and scared to put me on a song. I had them cuffing they bitch and thinking I hit. Shit, what you on? Couple years off, and I'm back in this motherfucker, nigga. Do somebody, then fuck your recognition. You don't like I'm spitting, nigga, better shoot somebody. The game and full of clowns, I don't believe you sucker niggas. Better leave me be, okay? Niggas better watch their speech, okay? You better than me, no way, Jose. I could be cutthroat and I'm all out, but I let them get paid for a minute. Let them look gang for a minute, but really they hate cause I never look lame for an image. Never be fake, I'm a realist, I'm solid. I went out and got it, I promise I'm with it. Want me to switch up and get soft on so you can make it, I promise I get it. I know some secrets I never tell, but most of you rap niggas got bitch ways. Quick to tell on you, get jammed down, couldn't sit down 5-6 days. Put him and him in a crossway, but a gang member on display. That's the same nigga with an AK on the block yelling out gunplay. That's the same nigga with a trap house and he been through it so he no pain. Look in the face of a realer. Lost come questioning me on no names. Bitch, I really come from the trenches. Kathleen crashed out like road rage. Bitch, I snapped that and got life in the pen cause most of you niggas got hoe ways. Man. See, most of these niggas got whole way. A lot of these niggas be out here faking and fucking on these motherfucking tracks, talking that gangster shit. You too young to be done been through something, young nigga. You too young to be done been through something, nigga. Don't tell me about what you done been through, nigga. You ain't never stood over nothing. Nigga, you don't have nightmares at night, nigga. This shit sound good on the track. Now you got the other niggas out here crashing out cause they think you been through it and they favorite rapper. Sit down somewhere, nigga. That shit lame as fuck, boy. You niggas really done piss me off. See, I see you nigga really done piss me off. See, I won't fuck with none of you pussy ass rap niggas. Fuck you niggas. You niggas see me all the time, nigga. Hit me in my mouth, nigga. Pussy nigga.
Man, shout out to everybody down here from that 214 to across the states, to across the pond. Salute. Man, salute. Shout out to the beautiful Tons of Fun, the beautiful Grammy, the beautiful Kayla, the beautiful Jessica Fritz. And shout out to my ninja, Donkey. He's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I want to let y'all know I love y'all. Deaf man. Oh, man, and this is what I'm into right now. I've been into it, but now I'm covering this so hard because, oh, my God, it's mind-boggling. But before we get to that, shout out to Allegedly B in the building. Salute to all you beautiful people. I love y'all to death, and I want y'all to know that. You understand me? I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know that to death. And before we start, please, everybody, if you can, hit that like button, hit that share button, you know, and that help the algorithms and them go up. But I appreciate y'all so much. I know what we got to do, right? We got to turn up. Let's do that gangster lane with y'all. Yeah. Man, salute. I love y'all so much, right? And I want to get right into it. I'm so pumped that Jessica and well, shout out to Luna, 17 Luna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, 17 Luna. I apologize, chick. 17 Luna chick. Denise, I'm so sorry. Love you to death. Shout out to the beautiful growth. No, it was gonna be, but I got to do some boxing training with my son tonight. You know, we got to get them ready so they could stay ready. So I had to switch. I kept pushing times back and forth, but we was turned up last night. Shout out to the beautiful growth. She was in the building, boy. She had me litty because she was like this was mine, but she was feeding me, feeding me, right? So I was like that. But look, Candace Owens versus everyone. She was right out alone, question mark, or exclamation point. Charlie Kirk case explodes, right? And this real shit, right? It's real. Hold up real quick. Wait a minute. Oh my God. My God. Bless you and your family with happiness and success. Man, Donkey done turn me up, man. Oh man, you're gonna make me turn some backflips in here, man. Oh my God, man. Look, shout out to the beautiful, pretty cookie. Y'all. I'm not gonna lie because this is a huge turn up, right? I was gonna wait to play this later, but I got to play this now because this is one of the most best songs, right? And a song that I feel that make me feel great when I'm going through anything. I promise y'all that, man. I got to turn you up like this, Donkey. I appreciate that. Hold on. Am I tripping or something? Hold up. What's going on? Do I see it say two? It say message erased. Hold up. I got to be tripping or something. Hold up. Okay, then it say message. Oh my God, then. Oh my God, then tons of funds just with the membership, right? Then they say, message erased by Emma from Hawaii. No. What happened? This probably was an accident. And that's okay, because, you know, we all make accidents, but I got it up here on the stage. But look, let's turn up real quick. We're going to get into it with y'all. Let's shout out to the beautiful, pretty cookie with this. This for tons of fun. And my ninja donkey and everybody on her.
The wind hums low, a hollow refrain through cracked window panes. It calls my name. The clock ticks slow. Its echo stays. Each moment drags, then slips away. Blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue curtains keep the shine far away. Blue curtains won't let me escape. The walls close in, shadows stretch along. Night wears a mask where dreams don't belong. A bird once sang, now silent it lies. The sky holds no stars, just clouded sighs. The pain's a prison, the glass cuts deep, eyes wide open, yet I can't sleep. Blue
Man, shout out to Donkey, my ninja, and shout out to the beautiful tons of fun. I appreciate y'all greatly, and I appreciate everybody that's on her, right? Like I said, if y'all ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. If y'all ain't hit that share button, hit that share button, right? And we about to get into it, y'all. Right? We about to get into it. Because if y'all don't know, yesterday we was watching Jesse on Fire, right? That's my guy. I've been rocking with Cuz for a couple of years, right? And we found out some news yesterday, right? That, the bullets that reportedly struck Charlie Kirk didn't match the rifle. And what we also heard is that 7 fingerprints was on the gun, but none was Tyler Robinson, right? Ooh. So throughout this entirety, it's been looking fishy to Candace Owens and a lot of people, and she going head to head with the narrative. And now, piece by piece, what she been saying is starting to line up with newly discussed details surrounding this case. Like everybody, we all rushed judgment early with Candace Owens. Took a different route, questioning, the inconsistencies, challenging the narrative everybody was saying, and demanding a deeper look at the evidence. Now, as this breaking information surfaced, this conversation is shifting in a major way. I hope everybody know that. I hope everybody know that, right? One of the biggest developments, like I said, that everybody talking about, 7 different fingerprints reportedly tied to the key evidence, right? And none of them matching the so-called guy who did it. That alone is raising serious questions. Shout out to the beautiful Charlie Rachel in the building. I'm going to make sure I don't miss nobody else because I want to make sure I say that. Shout out to everybody that's in here, the beautiful Charlie Rachel in the building. And when I tell y'all, this right here is crazy. Because I want y'all to remember, if y'all watched the Corey Richards case with me, right? If y'all did, right? The attorney for Tyler Robinson is Miss Nestor. The thicker size lady, beautiful with the blonde hair, who did a great job in my opinion. But yeah. Catherine said Andrea Burkhardt has a whole playlist. Definitely will. Definitely will. But this just make you question everything now. And then another thing, right, we found out. The sheriff who was saying all this and that first, he resigned abruptly yesterday, my people. I don't know. But what I do want to do is, I know y'all can't see it. It's coming. 1 second. Because this is crazy. Now listen. They made it look like it was no doubt. I thought it was reasonable doubt in the case. A bunch of it, Luna. So I say when they say it's reasonable doubt, you're supposed to acquit, but I had to learn this circumstantial evidence. But me personally, I saw a lot of reasonable doubt. And I don't know if they checked the kids' hands for gun residue, or did they run the print group code. I have some, me too. And listen, this shaking shit, because How can you tell me this dude rifle, the gun, the bullet didn't match it, but he's the one? His fingerprints ain't no looking. He's the one, and the bullet don't match. What is this? What is this? But hey, let's see. What to make this fit? Okay, let's see what Candace Owens talking. Let me see if she ain't talking too quick, because she a quick talker.
Really did have the best day ever.
I know she talk a little quick. Right. Like people who talk quick like that, shit, they'll sound like a go gadget talking. It's a little bit. But y'all let me know if Mr. Blunder start coming in effect. I ain't lying, y'all. I'm mind boggled off this. Because people were saying she was tripping. Right? And I'm telling you, y'all, look. There's so many inconsistencies in this. To me, it's starting to get dangerous. Dangerous. Right? I don't know what happened. Right? Oh, shout out to your grandkid's birthday, man. Shout out to Donkey grandkid's birthday, man. Salute, happy birthday to them. It's starting to get dangerous. Well, I'm hearing these people, who covering this saying Candace Owens, she need to up her security. That's what I'm hearing. Right? They saying she need to up her security because they saying she going against the big house. But look, everything she's saying, hey, it's starting to make sense to a lot of people where they start to question it. Shout out to the beautiful Jordan in the building. And shout out to the beautiful Melinda too. Right? And I appreciate y'all for them super chats y'all gave me that I wasn't able to check y'all out on, and I'm definitely turn y'all up in a minute. But man, I'm telling y'all, start looking at this. Start looking at this. It's questionable. It's questionable. And make sure y'all hit that like, share, and if you ain't subscribed, you new, please join us. Let's get into it, y'all.
Yesterday, I mean, foremost, the news broke about the Freemason hit squad in France. Then we wrap up the episode yesterday, and the internet explodes because the ATF in the Tyler Robinson case cannot connect the gun to him. Oh, okay, interesting. What does it all mean? You have a bunch of people racing. Oh, could you imagine the PR cash they are spending right now racing to tell you this is a big nothing burger? Who cares if we can't connect the gun to the bullet fragment? Okay, we care. I care because we were right. And we wanted to make sure that we took the time to actually read through the court filings, and we're going to take you through them. And if I'm being honest, there is something that is buried in these filings that not even Tyler Robinson's defense team caught. And we did. And in my opinion, it is definitive proof that Tyler Robinson is a patsy. The feds are just putting this on him. And I do mean the FBI.
Okay, Growth, I heard you saying patsy last night, too. What does patsy mean, y'all? So please help me. What is a patsy? Because, Growth, you were saying that last night. What is a patsy? What is a patsy? I don't know what it is. But let's get into it. Let's continue with Candace.
From JFK to MLK, now to CJK. This is, in my opinion,
a fall guy. Okay, a patsy is like a fall guy. Ooh, ain't that scary? Ain't that dangerous? Ain't that something to say things that make you say, Growth was saying this. They're making someone else to be instead of being a real one. And they said, just like that one, just like him. Oh my God. Oh, y'all. This is scary.
Killing. Welcome back to Candace. Allow me to be the first to say it. If the gun does not fit, you must acquit.
my.
Okay? Now, before we address these court filings and take you through them line by line so you are educated and go out into the world, you can say, you read through them yourself. It's only 28 pages. And then you can look at the people that are trying to manipulate you and to lie to you about what's in the filings. I at first want to transport you back to the beginning because some time has passed and the story that we were told has changed so many times that you actually have to go back to the beginning to fully comprehend how this case fell apart so quickly for Turning Point USA, for Erica Kirk, and what I think is fair to refer to as their federal accomplices, because that's what it looks like to me. Charlie Kirk was shot on September 10th, 12:23 p.m. In the afternoon, Mountain Time.
You said, please don't start political shit. What are you talking about, Blue? Hey, Blue, look. If I lose viewers, hey, that's fine, right? Some people ain't gonna like it. Some people is, right? My thing is, this is a story that I like, that I'm looking into. Right, I ain't going off no he say, she say, right? And it is what it is.
Now, a mere, 4 minutes
after Lee
Charlie's
Harvey.
bloodied body was carried to the SUV, Terrell Farnsworth.
But I do appreciate you here, but it ain't even on no political stuff. This is real. You said a bullet frag. No. The bullet didn't match the gun, right? His fingerprints wasn't on the gun. This ain't something I'm saying. This is something that broke in news yesterday, right? Hold up. Don't blame it on the rain. Yeah. And not me. Blame it on the rain, not me. Right? Yeah, but blame it on the rain, not me. Right? Because if you're looking at it, right, when this first started, they made this a little clear-cut, no debating that it was this guy. Hold up, this ain't making your eyebrows raise up for everybody, right? Hold up, if this the biggest piece of evidence and the bullet don't mess, this ain't making your eyebrows raise up? And like I said, the one thing I want people to know, my opinion is my opinion, right? And I'm not going to stop saying my opinion. I just wonder if, and it's okay to question what I say, right? But if you're going to do it to me, do it to everybody else. Keep that same energy. And I'm not mad. Keep it coming. But if you're going to do it to me, do it to everybody else too.
The man who runs the audio-visual company that Turning Point employs. They've used them for over a decade for their big events, and he's never goes to these college events, but they were trying something different that day, he says. Like an assassination? I don't know. Terrell Farnsworth raced down from his nearby grassy knoll where he was recording himself. And what does he do when he races down? He returns to the crime scene and violates it. More specifically, he grabs the very chair that Charlie Kirk had just been...
Yeah, right. We can all watch a something and not agree. Like, this is blame it on Ray. Like Charlie said, blame it on Ray. Yeah. Blame it on Ray, 'cause it's only him. Whatever everybody do, don't forget to blame it on Ray. Yeah. Hey, come on now. People say you will lose. Right? People say you'll lose. Right? I mean, and you can't help who leave, right? I mean, hey, you don't want nobody to leave, but you can't help that. You can't. You just got to keep it pushing.
Sitting in the chair that Charlie was murdered in, and he takes it over back to camera, and he stands on that chair, that bloody chair, and removes specifically the SD card from the camera that was behind Charlie's head. Okay. Now, later, Andrew Colbert is going to explain that Terrell was acting heroically because he was afraid that students were going to steal stuff from the table. There were people.
Oh, shout out to Bob, and this is what we was talking about last night. Bob said, I don't know what Erica knew or did, but I felt a fakeness in her from the start. Everybody talking about that now. And you know, I don't know, you know, everybody saying allegedly, you know, they think like whoop-de-whoop her, like, you know, I don't know. But damn, everything start coming out. You start looking at stuff. It ain't that you just gotta believe it, but it's like things that make you say, right? Kasha said I almost got trapped in the barricade. Like, right? Like, and it's mind-boggling when you see all these things, right? But you don't want to think that, right? But then something like this happened. The bullet didn't match. His fingerprints not on it. What is this?
And Terrell thought, let me spring into action and rescue this SD card. Yeah, we know Andrew Kovacs lying because Terrell did not take the expensive camera. If you were afraid about things being stolen that were of value, you wouldn't remove the SD card and then leave the expensive camera on the table. The SD card is $15, okay?
and one thing I did, if you've seen the video, like, because I do understand how it came off, and I just let everybody know, I'm not even going to be speaking on the Kelsey Fitzsimmons and Justin situation anymore. Y'all not going to see that on this channel at all, right? At all. So, but if you look at the video I did, I explained it, and I let everybody know what happened. So if you ain't seen it, go check it out. But that will no longer be discussed on this channel.
The camera's pretty expensive. Terrell Farnsworth seemed to be moving with precision as if he were
wiping fake tears, and she got them pretty blue eyes, like, oh my. And then did y'all see that tape that came out of her the other day? Right? Did y'all see that tape that came out when she was being so rude to her, to the people who work for her? Right? Oh my.
Am I right? But to what end, I wondered. Why that camera? Why specifically the one behind Charlie's head in particular? And because I was wondering, I decided on September 17th, exactly 1 week after Charlie's assassination, to reach out to him. I called him. And he was exceedingly nervous. He stammered through a great many...
No, I didn't see that, Akasha.
I did it to protect Erica, he said. I wanted to...
I didn't see that, Akasha, but you know what? Later tonight, I need to know what video that is because I do want to go over. I want to see them talk about that, right? Shout out to the beautiful Jen. Oh, she was a Jen. I was in the building. Love you to death. And look, I want to, and you say it's called, did you guys see the behavior panel go over her interview? It was so that's the name of the channel, the behavior panel. Okay, so if that's the case, I want to see that because I've been seeing stuff about that. But, you know, sometimes you don't want to make yourself to believe it. And I said I do believe it. And I'm saying it's not true. Because you seeing a woman who was there with his family and her family, and that horrible tragedy happened to him, right? But, you know, as things start to escalate, you want to look at things. And it's okay to look at things. Right? I got to see that. I got to see that.
Secure the footage.
Oh, and Donkey, that Drewski. Oh my God. That was amazing.
For Erica, so that she wouldn't have to see the footage of Charlie being shot in 4K. Okay, clocked you on another lie. Because that was already a foregone conclusion. The entire world had just witnessed Charlie Kirk bleeding out. Okay, you can't save Erica from the internet already circulating these clips to the tune of billions of people who watched it worldwide. More crucially, if he was actually worried about Erica seeing the footage, common sense.
Hold up. Wait a minute. He did it again. Donkey say, from now on, we dub 3 Sir Uncle Ray Ray. Man, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, Donkey, man. Let me turn up for you, man. We're going to turn up for you. We're going to get one of the new turn up for you. I appreciate that. Man, I appreciate you so much, Donkey, for showing up and showing out all the time. From now on, we don't. Yeah, but that's a turn up. But look, my mind goes back. Well, let me see what Bob say. He said my mind goes back to the Warren Commission and Oswald acting alone. I still don't buy that fairy story, and I read the whole report. That was down here, right? In Dallas, right? Right? You said, okay, why did you have to break it? Right? Yeah. Remember that? Hey, what about Malcolm X? Sit down, sit down, sit down. A lot of other stuff. Man, this is crazy work. And I know I'm talking too much. Let's get back to it.
To me says that he would have grabbed the camera that was like, I don't know, a yardstick away from Charlie's face. Oh, yeah, that camera that we've circled right here. That would have grabbed the action. That would have been the real up-close shot of Charlie bleeding out. So he lied. Camera from behind, making matters worse, once I actually saw, telling me he was trying to save Erica from seeing her husband die, but yet this was the most mild shot of all. There was not a drop of blood on Charlie's back as he went down. So what exactly was it that Terrell was racing to hide? What?
Damn, did y'all seeing this? It's like something I'm making up. Is y'all seeing this? Right? Oh, you grew up in the same section of Boston as Malcolm X? Man, boy, you be a boy, Bob. You done been around a lot of people. Like, a lot of people gave this woman grief about this. But, oh my.
They were hiding, and I'm going to speculate this boldly now, having read through these files and thought through everything that has happened. They were hiding was the fact that the bullet did not go through, did not pierce through Charlie. I believe that that was supposed to remain a state secret. The public was never supposed to have that piece of information. I feel pretty certain about that because after being told that the 30-aught...
Yeah, I seen a bunch of that, Jordan. Right. And that's why this right here got your mind wondering, right? You don't know what to think. You don't want to think what is being said right now is the truth, right? But when this stuff is getting presented to you, right? And new information come out there, the sheriff abruptly retires yesterday, then your mind wonder even more. And like y'all said, Patsy, oh my.
Six was fired from a rifle a mere 150 yards away into the most delicate human neck. The assumption, all of us made the assumption, actually, we never even asked the question. Our assumption was just that it had gone through, of course. And I believe that that is the true reason why they moved to pave over the scene so quickly, because that was supposed to be the narrative. We've got the gun. We're going to say it was 30-06. We're going to say it passed through. We collected the evidence. Now it's paved through. Nobody can look. It's gone. But something happened. There was a divine intervention.
Yep. Shout out to Don't Be. So many similarities.
2 days later on September 19th, because I kept pressing him. Why are you being so weird? Why are you acting so strange? Why are you giving me so many excuses? Why are you telling me you're scared to send the footage because Google might hack you? That's bizarre. Why are you telling me you don't know how to send footage? You are an audiovisual company. You should know how to send big files. And so eventually they said, hey, I'll FaceTime you. I'll just FaceTime you. I'm not going to send you anything, but I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
He did that, and gratefully I moved to record the FaceTime call because his energy made me uncomfortable. And later that day, I informed the public on my show that the bullet didn't go through. I said the oddest thing. It's like there was no blood in the back of Charlie. That's so strange. And this public revelation caused a mass internal panic at Turning Point USA. Do you want to know how I know that it caused panic? Because the very next day, on September 20th, if I had recorded that FaceTime call with Terrell, it came across like an urgent matter. I was sitting in the living room. George came to me. He's like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but like Justin Strife is hitting me up. He's asking me if you recorded. What's he talking about? I said, what? Why does he care? Why is this urgent? Why are they?
Hold up. Do y'all see that? Y'all see how her husband was getting contacted? Do y'all see that? I mean, like I say, I heard stories, right? That when you get big, right? It said some people gonna come knock on your door. I mean, that's what I heard. How true it is, who knows? And if you don't abide, that's what they say. Then something like this could happen to you. Oh my.
Following up with you, what's up? And he's like, I don't know what. And then I explained to him what happened. And I said, honey, don't answer the question. I find the question in and of itself to be weird. Why do they care if I recorded and have the back footage? And guess what? I found out why. I found out. Do you want to know why they were feeling a bit of pressure? Who it was in particular that was placing pressure on Justin Strife and Frank Carney to determine whether or not I had recorded that back footage? The feds were. The FBI. The FBI was on the phone with Justin Strife.
Uh-oh. Hold up. But how does he get on the roof with a gun? Exactly. Now, hold up. Remember, Federal Bureau's investigation, right? Remember, we said, how could they get involved with the Karen Reed case? Remember? How ain't nobody seeing this what's going on? How is they Alan Jackson just looking the other way, right? Why was the Federal Bureau investigation, she telling the truth? She's not gonna lie. Wanting to get her phone and see if it was FaceTime or not. What's popping with that? This ain't making you say things that make you say, Let's continue.
Frank Carney, and they were apparently speaking to the feds that day about whether or not I had recorded the footage. Now, why do you think this information was so important to the FBI? Why would the feds be concerned about whether or not I had the back footage? I'm screen recording a FaceTime call. They've got it in 4K. They're not protecting Erica. It's everywhere. Unbeknownst to me at that time, this was also the exact day of Charlie's private burial. And yet, this is what they were consumed with. Erica was highly concerned about the back footage as well. So much so.
The day of his burial? Not only them, but Erica was concerned about the back footage? I mean, I'm just saying, is she supposed to be grieving her husband's loss, or she's worrying about the back footage? What is we doing?
That rather than attending exclusively to her husband's private funeral, okay, the higher priority for Erica on that day was to curate a response to the public regarding why the bullet had not gone through. I want to say that again, okay? Responding to my episode where I simply told the public the truth, that there was no bullet that passed through, was deemed a higher priority than Erica being fully emotionally present at her husband's funeral. Her and Andrew were discussing this. They peeled off to the side and they conferenced the surgeon on the day of Charlie's actual funeral. They conferenced and called Dr. Lee Trotter. This is the single biggest lie that Erica Kirk would later tell me. She would insist to my face, and I did not believe her for 1 second, and I politely pushed back, that Andrew went rogue that day, that the surgeon went rogue too. The two of them had a discussion that she did not authorize, a discussion that she was not privy to. The surgeon violated HIPAA. Andrew violated her privacy. And after that discussion, Andrew went double rogue and he tweeted about the nature of this discussion that he could not have had with the surgeon without Erica's permission. Erica lied. Erica and Andrew colluded on how to message to the public about this little fact that was never meant to be known to us.
Oh my God. Is this scary? I mean, I don't know how true it is, but is this, I mean, listen, what's coming out now, everything that's been said is making you like whoopty whoop. Is this scary if this is true? And Jordan said also the police reported someone looking like they were trying to get out of a black SUV or follow another SUV. Was he trying to get away? Man. This case right here got me mind, but I'm not lying. This right here, it is scary and this is dangerous if this is what's going on, y'all.
Dr. Lee Trotter did not violate HIPAA. In fact, he could sue her for defamation, in my personal opinion. She was the one that was on the phone with Andrew, and they were asking the doctor what they could tell the public, and it was Erica Kirk that said that Charlie ate healthy, and she bet he had a neck like Superman. Pretty obvious if we just pause and think about it. It was pretty girly and emotional. Man of Steel, he just eats healthy. That's not how serious trauma surgeons communicate, okay? It's just But the crucial point of Andrew's tweet that people are forgetting, and why I'm taking you back through this as before we get into these filings, is that on that day, as they were freaking out, feds calling me, my husband, feds calling Turning Point USA, putting pressure on me, my husband, Erica and Andrew on the side, trying to figure out how to message. The crucial part is that then when they did deliver this information to the public, they declared that the coroner found the bullet, not a fragment, the bullet. On September 20th, after the autopsy.
See what I'm saying? On the paper, they said the bullets, not fragment, right? It ain't about being political. It's about what was actual stated on there. The bullets, not fragment, right? People say, do your research, do y'all's. Before you come on here talking what you don't know. The bullet, not a fragment. That was what's placed on the report. Hello.
The death certificate were issued. They communicated to the public. The bullet was found beneath Charlie's skin. Okay, we can read that statement together. They want you to forget these things. Andrew tweeted, I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize if this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. But it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, quote, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy, and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. End quote. Andrew then concludes, in the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even
in the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Hello. I'll come here and tell me that. Have they been watching?
In death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable. Miraculous. Foremost, why would a coroner be finding anything? A coroner is not even a health. They just say this person's dead. Park that aside. It's Andrew. Call that. Let's assume not a fragment. It was recovered, and that was similarly echoed to me in the days that followed. But 3 days beyond that, I had a long conversation with Andrew, and I was very grateful for it. On September 23rd, he provided me with even more details about that Man of Steel tweet, because I was going, it doesn't sound real, Andrew. And I took meticulous notes, and I would be willing to testify under oath regarding what I was told from Andrew Kovac. He told me that the bullet traveled, and I'm going to show you this, so in case you're like me and you don't know about the vertebrae in the neck, that it traveled from C2, okay, think about the entry point, it's almost upward, down to C6, and then it moved downward into Charlie's thorax, where it was shattered. Okay. Another adjustment, okay? Another adjustment, because first they found the bullet beneath his skin. Now suddenly the bullet is fragmented in his thorax. Then we're going to get Brian Harpole, who's going to say, no, it fragmented in his stomach, thorax, whatever he says. These are very important and relevant changes that they are making because they're realizing that their story is not going to work. So
now, this ain't me saying this, right? This ain't me. And this ain't her just saying this. This is information that was put out there, right? Yeah. Right, bro. Right. I want y'all. This ain't. This is sus. All right. Okay. Yeah. So people come here and talk about, do your research. Stop. Did you do yours? Right. Okay.
Why that change? Why did we go from we got the bullet, coroner got the bullet, to actually, you know what? It's ricocheting and it shattered. I'll give you my best
Shout out
guess.
to Lori B in the building. She said, I'm so glad you're breaking it down, Ray. I've avoided the news for a year because it's hard to deal with the BS, so it's really good to know what is going on. Right? Exactly. Right? And my thing is, we've been hearing all this other stuff. Then when we hear these people start attacking it, right? And then we start looking, then this information come out and this and that. Come on now.
Because at some point the feds realized that their initial plan was completely ruined by the back footage that they had to pivot. And at first they pivoted, as my source who's close to the Robinson fact, I was told that there was no way the prosecution was going to be able to connect the bullet to that gun. I think the feds then realized that. First we got the bullet, then they quickly pivoted. There's no bullet, it's just a small fragment, problem solved. Now we can have ATF say that it's inconclusive later down the line. There's another part of this that everyone is missing, and I want to stress it to you. They cannot even prove that the gun was fired. Say it again. They cannot even prove that the gun was fired. Why is the media not telling you this? Have you guys realized that there's a big piece missing from the evidence? Where is the basic GSR test? Okay, testing to see if you fired a weapon. It's a test that you put some stuff on, then it turns your hands, purple or bluish purple under the light. GSR test. Did they conduct that 33 hours later to see if Tyler Robinson had fired a weapon? Right? They could have actually brought in a bomb dog for that. No, they didn't do that.
Hold up. Now, what is this? Okay, bro. Now, what is this? GSR test. To make sure if it's any residue, like somebody was asking earlier. They didn't do that. Is that okay? How was that not done? Does that make you wonder? Does that make you question? How was that not done? Oh, wait.
You remember the bomb dogs went into the field where the weapon was found. I broke that story, and they didn't find the weapon. That is literally impossible. It's literally impossible. There's no one that will get up there and tell you anything different, that a trained bomb dog, if they are taken into a field where there's a gun that is seen that was recently fired, they will find the dog. They will find the gun. But apparently the bomb dogs missed it. And the gun that was eventually found, which my sources say they are convinced that the feds planted it when they arrived, was not fired on September 10th. Or they knew Tyler Robinson fired it. They wouldn't smell the person and tell you that is connected to him. The canines would have done that for them. They didn't do that. And the last thing I want to reiterate to you before we get into what these filings reveal is that there are a bunch of frauds right now. They're telling you that they found Tyler Robinson's DNA on the gun. Okay, what they keep conveniently leaving out is that they found a total of 6 prints on the gun. It is not shocking that Tyler Robinson's gun had Tyler Robinson's prints on it.
I'll never be sorry.
That's not shocking. The question is, who took Robinson's gun and placed it into the field unfired? That's where we are at in this case. So the big news yesterday was that the bullet, which has now been
exactly. You still got to do them basic tests. Akashi, and Grudge, y'all never got to be sorry when you're going to watch somebody else, right? Nobody ain't never got to be sorry about that. A lot of great content creators out here. Hey, and y'all here rocking with me right now. And if somebody else come out, hey, respect. I just appreciate somebody coming here for 1 second on everything.
reduced to a fragment, happened very quickly over a couple of days. Has come back, and the ATF has concluded that.
Oh yeah, like you said, Akasha, right? Like you said, right? Like you said, it's still supposed to be done. Those basic freaking tests still supposed to be done. How is that not done?
They can't connect to the gun.
Especially in a big case like this. How is that not done? How can you be that incomplacent and not get that done? Or did you just not want to do
it? It's inconclusive. And now the prosecution wants the corrupt FBI to conduct their own analysis. And I'm going to tell you what is very wrong with that. And all evidence points to the fact that the feds are dirty in this case. Like I said, I've spoken to SWAT, local police departments, sources close to the accused, UVU students, people that work at UVU. Everyone is saying the feds are a part of a broader conspiracy. And based on the evidence that I'm seeing and based on these filings, which I am about to show you, I believe that. So while the people who are racing to delude you about this case are making tons of claims about the recent filing, we're going to actually take you through it. Tyler Robinson's team in this filing, just what we're looking at is they are asking for an extension. And we are going to show you the extraordinarily valid reasons as to why. At first, just want to say off the top of this, I think we can all readily dismiss the repeated lie that Tyler Robinson confessed to his crime, right? He's asking for a continuation. A man who confesses a crime and says I did it does not request a continuation so that he can gather evidence. If he was admittedly guilty and so overwhelmingly guilty that he turned himself in and said, I did it, he would not be trying to win the case. Okay. And why are they requesting the continuation? They make it very clear because discovery is missing. Discovery in a case is when you accuse me of something and then I say, okay, I want to see your text messages from September 10th. I want to see your text messages from September 8th. And you have to give them to me, right? I'm the defense. You got to get those to me. They're saying that they can't prepare a defense until they receive all of the items that they have requested from the prosecution. They haven't delivered them to them, okay? Requesting a continuation is so beyond standard in proceedings. I have filed for them myself. I filed for them in the Brigitte case. It is so beyond standard that it is, you should be offended. Otherwise, so we're going to go through this filing together. It's essentially 28 pages plus a ton of exhibits. Let's look at this document, okay? And Sky, I'm going to pull it up on my page just so I don't have to squint and read since I feel like my eyesight is getting worse and worse with every child. Okay, so we're starting up here with the introduction, and I've highlighted the portions that you can take a look to. We learned Mr. Robinson seeks to
Oh, no, yeah, he did. That's what they said. He turned himself in. And he admitted to them he did it. In this type of case like this, is it video evidence of him saying I did it? Or they said that he said, yeah, I did it, or something like that. But why did they get that on video? Right? Why did they get that on video?
Continue the preliminary hearing, which is scheduled for May 2026, to a setting that allows him and his counsel to receive discovery that is necessary for preliminary hearing preparations. Okay. Then it is going to state that on March 12th, 2026, the counsel for the parties, they met and they conferred regarding discovery issues and the evidence the state intends to present at the preliminary hearing. Based upon the state's representations at this meeting, the state intends to present these discrete buckets of evidence through 3 identified law enforcement witnesses. So they're saying, we just met on the 12th, and they told us that they're going to, when we have this preliminary.
I think that they said they apprehended him, or when they apprehended him, he said he turned himself in, or something they said yesterday. I got to look that up and see. Yeah, no cams. Yeah, no cams. Like, I wanted, the cams. Like, where is the confession of him saying that? And then why would the sheriff there briefly quit yesterday? Man, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Preliminary hearing, they're going to bring 3 witnesses to the stand. This is going to include conclusory forensic DNA and ballistics reports authored by the FBI and the ATF. phone and social media data, testimony by law enforcement officials about the crime scene and search locations, and testimony by Mr. Robinson's parents and roommate. Okay? Conclusory is the key word here. I'm going to explain to you why this is exceedingly problematic, that they are going to present conclusory evidence that they have not actually given beyond the conclusions to the defense. And to the point about Mr. Robinson's parents and roommates that are going to be that they want to bring up, that means nothing. You can bring up whoever you want to the stand. And because Matt Robinson says, this is my gun that I gave to Tyler Robinson, it is common sense to me that they would put him on the stand and they say, do you recognize this gun? Yes, I recognize the gun. Can't lie about that. Is this your gun? Yes. You're going to contain your questions.
Yeah, you might be
just
right,
to get him to
Catherine.
identify that that's his son and that is his gun and that he gave his gun to his son. That's my guess. And they're going to try to scandalize that. Some people are saying he's testifying for the prosecution. No. He's not testifying for the prosecution. I would assume about the gun. Okay. So then they go on and they say the state intends to offer a significant amount of hearsay identified in the Utah Rule of Evidence at a preliminary hearing. Namely, they're just going to get up there and they are going to tell you that they've made these conclusions, but we can't tell you how they got to these conclusions. That's what they're saying. They're telling us that this is inconclusive and it's not attached to the gun, but we want to see how they arrived at that because that could be very important for us. Okay. Okay, we can scroll down here. And this is where it is wild. This reveals the prosecution strategy. I want you to go back into your notes. Erica got up and she did this news clip and she was like, I would like this to be rushed. Like, I want the case to go by quickly. I want to, write for this to go. And we were like, what's that about? And I will also remind you that when I sat down with Erica, I explained to you that her lawyer told me that right now we don't have any evidence. The way that this works is that now the state's going to go out and they're going to find the evidence. And then once we have the evidence, they're going to give it to Tyler Robinson's team, who's going to be able to draft some sort of a response to the evidence. And then we have the preliminary hearing. Okay. So that is what they are going to say. They're going to tell you what Erica's team did, what the state did. In total, they're referring to Tyler Robinson's team, has received approximately 20,000 files, excluding digital electronic discovery, which was provided on a hard drive during that meeting on March 12th. So when they were conferring, then suddenly they gave them another.
Now look, this was Jesse on Fire was talking about last night, right? They said the prosecution is trying to overload the defense with them 20,000 excluding digital electronic discovery files. Yeah, 600,000 pages of discovery. That is so effed up. This is nasty work.
Their drive, okay? Now, initially they had files which were 61,500 pages in total before that March 12th meeting. They had audio files that were 31 hours in total length. So they're going through all that. They were also given more than 5,000 video files containing more than 700 hours of video until March 12th when they conferred. And then they handed them to approximately 12 terabytes of data and over 600,000 files.
Oh, shit.
So they have less than 2 months to go. They've had all of this time since September to deliver them all of this data for them to go through, and they waited until March 12th, and they handed them a drive, and they said, here are 600,000 files. See,
shout out to the beautiful Kayla.
that is a strategy, okay? That is a dump. When you know they are not going to be able to go through everything and see what you have, you're giving them so much. And it is a strategy people do. When people are subpoenaed and they fight the subpoena, like, oh, I get your text messages for 2 years.
Hey, can y'all imagine this though? Like real talk. 2 months before the case. And I'm not a lawyer, but and I'm not none of that, right? But I do understand what they're saying, right? 2 months before the case, you get over 600,000 pages that you have to go through. What is this? Are you kidding me? That's not a fair trial. That is railroad. I'm talking about Razor Ramon clotheslining. If you know wrestling back in the day, this is oh my. I heard about that. I heard about that, right? And I asked people about that because I want to go over, and everybody was saying, "Oh, he was guilty," right? And I was like, because when I watched over that, I was seeing how they say he never confessed to nothing. Oh, wait.
Blake Lively requested that from me. And I'm like, I don't want to give it. And then the judge says, no, you have to give it.
And look, that's what I was asking somewhere that then they're like, he's guilty. Right. And it's like, and I'm like, and why I say this world is crazy, right? Because you could see so much out there that is so innocent. And it seems like people got their eyes closed and their ears shut, and they'll just say, he's guilty. Oh, my. Damn. See, but when somebody said that, I was like, okay, let me push back from that. But now it's time for me to deep dive into that too. Okay.
Will then give them more than they even asked for. I'll give you every email, text, because somewhere buried in there is what you need, but you're not going to have the time to find that. You don't have the force behind you. This is gonna take 800 paralegals working for.
You're not lying, and that's why I'm here. We see it with Aiden Corney, Turtle Boy. We see it with him. This is diabolical, y'all. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
800 hours each in order for you to go through all of this. That is what this looks like to me. Why are you waiting until March 12th? This is a very bad strategy. I mean, I'm actually gonna say it's an immoral strategy to dump this on them, okay? 600,000 files after first giving them 20,000 files until March 12th. Stunning. On that bottom paragraph, which we have highlighted orange, It says, what is known at present is that Mr. Robinson has not received the forensic case files and the data necessary to investigate through the use of qualified experts, the scientific reports that the state intends to introduce at the preliminary hearing. Mr. Robinson has diligently requested the disclosure of forensic case files and the data under an effort to get these materials to the defense. And he's been doing that since September 30th, okay? So they've just been giving him conclusions, and they were like, how'd you get here?
He's been doing this since September 30th, asking for all of that. It just got this stuff on March 12th, 2 months before the trial. Are you kidding me? Is that fair? I thought innocent until proven guilty. Is that fair? And then load them with 600,000 new pages? Is that fair? And like Candace just said, that's immoral to do something like that.
We have his text messages. Okay, can we see how you got those? Can we see the dates? Can we see the chain of custody? Can we see how you pulled it off? Who signed off on it? Nope. They're just giving them conclusions. And what they're saying is, we can't even determine if they're fake or they're real until you give us what we are asking for. We need to get in the weeds. We need to see effectively the metadata. Who pulled this information off the server? We want to see the chain of custody. How did this happen? How did this file get created? You can't just send us a PDF conclusion. That is what is in these documents. They are playing games. They're playing games. It's very obvious. We're going to keep going here. It then tells us that during the hearing, which was held back in January, the counsel for the parties discussed status of the lab files, and UCAO, that's the Utah County Attorney's Office, informed the defense that they too were awaiting the files. And we memorialized that for the state in our February 3rd letter that we still don't have these lab files. We're looking for, how they are saying they got the DNA. They're just telling us conclusions, and we can't prod narratives, right? And so that's a problem. They're not being allowed to do that. And then if we scroll down to the bottom of page 6, it's telling us like, hey, there has not been a prior request to continue the preliminary hearing.
Yeah, they should be penalized, Luna. But right, if we see everything that's happening now, and a lot of stuff people are saying of how this is what they think it is, somebody getting put right there. Do believe the judge gonna give them a continuance? I mean, I hope so. I'm not sure. I hope so.
And I'd like to remind you that back in December 11th, we raised this issue with you. When you set this date for the week of May 18th for the state, we said in response, this isn't going to work. We need to make sure we have the stuff that we need. And what did the court tell us? The court said, and they're quoting, I do not find there's any prejudice in setting a date for a preliminary hearing. It's not set in stone. It certainly can be moved. This is the judge. I recognize the parties have a lot of obligations, but I also want to recognize the importance of this case moving forward. And if nothing more than this is just a goal for a preliminary hearing. If it needs to be changed, the court we understand it might need to be moved and it might not be practical. So they're like, hey, can you honor that now that we have the proof that this is not practical?
Would you say, Kayla, now is guilty until proven innocent? Boy, ain't that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Now is guilty until proven innocent. And then look, this was so crazy. You could see where a person is innocent and they still get railroaded. This crazy.
You can't just drop 600,000 files on us on March 12th and tell us to be ready by May 18th? Does everybody agree with that?
And Jordan, you ain't lying. You said it's sad. You might be right, Jordan, that he gonna get found guilty no matter what. Oh, we. She said no. Oh, we.
We're all sane people. We agree with that. Okay? Now, if we scroll down, then they're going to kind of make more arguments and they're going to bring in some jurisprudence, meaning like past cases that demonstrate the points that they're making and why this is like totally par for the course. And it should just be like, yeah, of course you get a continuance. You got 600,000 documents, but you still have to do this. You have to point to cases and proof of why this is okay. And Skylar, I'm on page 11 now, and they write here, there are materials that are known to the police prosecution team that have not yet been provided.
Or put who? Put Tyler Robinson in witness protection?
To us. While it is anticipated that discovery in this case will be ongoing throughout the duration, the defense is seeking the materials that are known to be reasonably available to the prosecution, materials that are known to be in possession of law enforcement partners identified by the state. Both the UCAO and Mr. Robinson continue to wait a vast amount of information relevant to a review of the FBI's and the ATF's DNA analysis, including, but not limited to, validation studies, crucial electronic data files, the report, the case file for comparative bullet analysis, the bullet lead analysis that is still in progress at the FBI, and the case file and protocols for a comparative bullet analysis that's been conducted by the ATF. Okay, now.
Okay, now look. We're going to stop right there. It's about 30 minutes left in there, and we're going to come back with I know Akasha said she going to give me that behavior panel one, and we're going to be able to finish this tonight, right? But yeah, I do see the big time show that's coming on right now, right? And I'm also a fan too. So Jessica Machado just went live. Everybody, I wish I knew how to redirect, but if you go in there, just say Ray Ray. I know it ain't that many of us. So if y'all go in there, just say Ray Ray, right? I'm gonna be in there. I don't do no comment in her chat, but I do be in there watching and stuff. But I love y'all to death. Be sure to pop in with me tonight. See y'all there. Shout out to Lois Cox. Okay, yeah, and we'll be back tonight with this. But yeah, Jessica Machado, she just went live, and I like watching her. I watch her show too, so I don't be doing no commenting or no more. Y'all know what happened with that, but I know we cool now. But I still like watching it. So if y'all go over there, just say Ray Ray. I love y'all to death. With everything in me, I see y'all soon. Man, y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I'm on that bullshit again.
Let me tell y'all a little story about me. In the boxing world, my name is Mr. IOTBA. The acronyms for IOTBA is
Mr. Undeniable, hold up. Mr. These boys can't
You a
touch me.
daisy if you do. Bet I ain't got shit to prove. Blue dust, gold tooth, little Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pulse. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do. You're a daisy if you do.
R-U-F.
All aces in my hand, better back. Tongue sharp like a tag, hit a click, clack. You wanted that heat, now it's time to meet the sun. No shade, just black. Walk slow, silver in my lap. Halo, crooked heart attack. Say your piece, talk that trash. I turn every word to glass. Cut deep.
Oh shit, it's your boy Mr. I'm touching down from that 2, 1, 4, and I'm on that bullshit again. I'm on that bullshit today, right? Y'all know how I do. I was scrolling up my articles, and what do I see? So see, y'all know how I do. I must address the bullshit.
R-U-F. Truth.